What's going on, guys? I'm Zach from the Lumios Post, where we talk about all things Pokemon, and today we are talking about my 5 favorite Pokemon games. I feel like the best way to get to know a Pokemon player is to know their favorite games, so I want you all to get to know me better, so today I'm presenting mine. First up on the list is at number 5, Pokemon Diamond and Pokemon Pearl. These, of course, were the first games in the 4th generation of Pokemon, and I picked Diamond and Pearl for a reason over Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. While Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl are fun games, I played them, I enjoyed playing them. I think that they were just Diamond and Pearl with a graphical upgrade, so they kind of suffer from that. I don't think that they are amazing games. I think that a game is only amazing for the time that it's released in. So Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl are not amazing games, while Diamond and Pearl are. Just like if Pokemon Yellow was released today, not a re-release, not a virtual console on Switch Online, no. If Pokemon Yellow was released as the 9th generation of Pokemon, people would bomb that game. People would say that that game is one of the worst games ever made. Even though Yellow was a great game when it was released. But Diamond and Pearl are on here because I do think they were amazing games back then when they were first released, and because of that, they kind of hold that now. I think that they're definitely on there for nostalgia for me. I, at the time, had made friends with some other people who played Pokemon. Previously, I didn't have friends who played Pokemon. So to have these friends playing it and we could battle each other, it felt like I had rivals. You know, I'm also watching the anime at the time, so it felt like I had rivals, just like Ash has all these rivals going to the league and everything. We also, between the three of us, we each had a different starter, so we were able to give each other the other starters. And before this, it wasn't easy to trade online with people, so being able to get all 3 starters between the 3 of us in our playthrough, that was mind-blowing. That was crazy, and that was so exciting as a kid. But I do also think Diamond and Pearl's great games, just nostalgia aside. I think that they have some of the most challenging gym leaders. That Cranidos is a tough first gym leader Pokemon. The second gym leader has a fully evolved 3-stage Pokemon, Roserade. Maylene I always struggled with. Very hard Elite Four. Very, very hard champion. Cynthia is held as one of the strongest champions ever done in a Pokemon game. Furthermore, I like that these were the first games that gave these characters life and gave them personality. Before this, to me, Pokemon characters felt very bland and very much just like obstacles. The anime was really the only thing that was giving them life, but in the games, they didn't seem to have much personality, much life to them. But Sinnoh changed that, and Sinnoh changed that to where today, all these characters are loved because they have personalities, and I think that Sinnoh has to get the credit for laying that groundwork. But that's why Diamond and Pearl is at my number 5 spot. Coming in at number 4, we have Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield. Now, when I say this, I am including their DLC with this. So this is Pokemon Sword and Shield with Isle of Armor and Crown Tundra. Sword and Shield to me were great games. I know they're very controversial games, especially because of their graphics. But to me, who really only plays Pokemon and doesn't play much of other games, they were graphically very good to me. Because the thing I'm comparing them to is Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. And they look better than Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon to me. So there's that. But I also think that they were just really innovative games. I love the wild area and seeing all these Pokemon roaming around in just this vast open space instead of linear routes like we were used to. Thought that was amazing. But the number one thing I loved about it was that it gave the region life by making gym battles a part of their culture. You know, before, gym battles are just kind of something you do, but here they're important. They're like football to Americans. You know, people are broadcasting them. They're important to the culture of the games, and I love that. It gave Galar more life, as well as giving all these characters more life as well. I also think that their DLCs were amazing. I love that the DLCs were kind of that step towards open world where you could do things in different order. I didn't have to follow the Calyrex plot in Crown Tundra before I could start catching the birds. I could catch the birds if I wanted to. I could catch the Reggies. I could do it in any order. I could do a Reggie, then catch a bird, and then catch Calyrex. I could do it in any order, and I absolutely love that. I also think that you have to credit Sword and Shield for introducing the idea of DLCs taking the place of third versions. Before, I think third versions suffered because they were just improved versions of previous games, whereas the DLC, it's brand new stuff added to the game. So I love that about Sword and Shield. I think that it doesn't get the credit it deserves, and it is easily in my top 4 spot. And at number 3, we have Pokemon Black 2 and White 2. Now, Black and White were very controversial games at the time of their release, but I think now people are starting to look back and see them as the great games that they are. The only reason Black 2 and White 2 is on this list instead of Black and White is just because it literally added more to Black and White. It added more locations and areas to explore, more Pokemon in the decks, more forms for Pokemon that already existed, like Kyurem and Keldeo, and also it added the World Tournament. And the World Tournament to me was phenomenal. You're telling me I get to do a tournament with each of the gym leaders for each region, and I get to do a tournament with all of them in it, and then I get to do a tournament with all the champions from every region, including Red. That was phenomenal to me. I love that. I know that people love Heart Gold and Soul Silver, letting you visit a whole nother region in the post-game, but the World Tournament solidifies the best post-game for me, for Black 2 and White 2, and that's honestly the number 1 reason it's on my number 3 spot. But I also did love that it kind of got me into competitive battling. They started doing these international challenges and other kind of monthly online tournaments, I guess you could call them. They were really fun to do. It's what got me into battling. It made me love battling so much, and I think just that's why. It kind of made me the player that I am today. The things that I value in a Pokemon game, I value because of the 5th generation of Pokemon. So that's why Black 2 and White 2 is in my number 3 spot. Now let's move on to number 2. In number 2, we have Pokemon Legends Arceus. This definitely fought for the top spot on this list. Ultimately, it only lost to nostalgia, but Legends Arceus is a phenomenal game. I love that it took these steps into areas that GameFreak had not yet explored. I love that it kept the core values of the Pokemon game, catching and battling and training Pokemon, but in a different setting. Pokemon aren't these lovely creatures we befriend. They're these terrifying creatures that attack us. I love that. I love the action elements into it, and while I wouldn't want the action elements to make their way into a mainline Pokemon game, not that these aren't mainline, but into a game like Scarlet and Violet, I would want Legends Arceus to continue. I would want that to be a series going forward. Just get a Legends Kyurem, a Legends Mew, whatever else, and have those action elements in those games. I think that they're phenomenal games. I can't wait to see what's coming. And I think that you got to credit Legends Arceus just like you do Sword and Shield with taking these steps that allowed Scarlet and Violet to exist, to come to fruition later this year. And at number 1, we have probably my most controversial Pokemon take, and that is that my all-time favorite game is Pokemon X and Y. Yeah, I know. I think these games are amazing, though. I know they get a lot of hate. I know that they were definitely easier games, but I think if you turn the experience share off, they're not easy games. They're not the hardest games that's ever been made, but they're not easy games. They have plenty of challenging trainers. I know that I struggled with Grant and his Amara and Tyrant. I struggled with Karina's Halucha, and I struggled with these 2 tag or double battlers that are sitting right outside of Reflection Cave. I know that they always kill something when I play a lock of X and Y, but I thought that these games were phenomenal. I loved that they went to Europe. I love that they did France. France is a place that I always wanted to visit growing up, so I loved that there was a Pokemon game based off of France, and I thought that the region was just so beautiful and so vibrant, and I thought that the music was so good. Professor Sycamore's theme and the music for Brunway, that's the route to the right of Laver City, those are probably the greatest pieces of music from any Pokemon game ever, and I'd be willing to say they're the best music in any game ever. Furthermore, the reason I loved X and Y was not only did it introduce everyone's favorite gimmick, Mega Evolution, but it also introduced everyone's favorite online connectivity plan in the PSS, which allowed you to very easily from the bottom screen trade with people, battle with people, do wonder trades, all this stuff. And people have been begging for them to return to this. That's how good it is. And it really allowed for you to make friends with people you didn't even know. I can remember battling with people in Germany and in Mexico and all around the world so much that they started going to my friends list, and when one of us would see each other online, we'd send the other a battle invite. I didn't know who these people were, but they felt like true friends to me. They felt like rivals. I'd see them online, I'd get excited and be like, hey, I'm going to battle so-and-so. But I thought that was a lot of fun, and I think that X and Y are definitely underappreciated games. Well, there you have it, guys. Those are my 5 favorite Pokemon games. Be sure to let me know in the comments below what your 5 favorite are, and tell me how wrong I am for putting XY as my number 1 spot. Be sure to also leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell for notifications. We have a lot of videos coming up. We're shooting for 3 videos every week, and there will be a Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet video every single week as we go through what will probably be a news drought for the next few months. I want to be able to still be able to talk about these games and not let the hype die out. So be sure to subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, like the video, share with friends, all that good stuff. And until next time, I will see all of you later. Bye.